Hey Pisces, we're going to do a quick love reading to see where you guys are at with love. I am getting sick. I'm so glad, like, this is the last video that I have to do. Oh, well, I'll probably pull another one after. But this is the last zodiac sign. I just started getting sick, like, right before I did the Aquarius video. Alright. Let's see. Please excuse my sniffling during this video. Alright, Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. We've got the King of Cups. The Moon. And the Five of Cups. I'm gonna try to not sniffle so much because it's annoying me. I don't know if it's bothering you guys, but it's annoying me. Alright. And we got the Knight of Wands at the bottom. Alright, so the King of Cups. He usually holds back his feelings. He only shares them if it's necessary. But this King of Cups, he's just emptying his cup. He's just pouring it all out. He's just letting all his feelings out. And then we got the Moon card here. But in this deck, someone's like coming out of the shadows. So it's like something's coming and you know it. Something's coming and you know it. Or you want to come out of the shadows. You want to come out of the dark. You're what's coming. Ooh. That's interesting. I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair too. I can already tell I'm gonna be miserable real soon. I get cranky when I'm sick. Alright. And then we've got the Five of Cups. Just feeling down and out. This just isn't right. That's what I'm hearing in my head. This just isn't right. It's like I put my feelings out there, and now I just feel like this just isn't right. I want to come out of the dark. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And this Knight of Wands energy is really, really putting emphasis on that wanting to come out of the dark, like a bat out of hell. Ooh, my nose is getting really stuffed up the more I talk. Hopefully I can make it to the end of this reading, Pisces. Alright. We've got the Hangman. The King of Swords. And the Nine of Cups. And we've got the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Cups can be about choices. It can also be about fantasy, but it can also be about illusions. And making the wrong choice because of those illusions. Alright, so it's like wanting to come out of the dark now because before there was some sort of illusion, some sort of fantasy. I mean, this sounds very Pisces, some sort of fantasy. You had some sort of fantasy in your head that you wanted. But then you end up Five of Cups, feeling like this just isn't right. I just feel like I'm in the dark now. Like, was was what I picked not real? I made the wrong choice? Um, alright, so this King of Cups, he just dumps all his feelings out. He just pours them all out. He let them show, he let them flow, and he ends up feeling bad about it. And now it's just like he's just like, do I even have a use for these feelings? Um, that's what the hanged man is. It's trying to get a perspective on what is the point of having these feelings if what I desired didn't desire me. Um, hold on, my daughter's coughing. I just need to make sure she's okay. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause it for a second. She's still sleeping. She's good. We're all getting sick. She's coughing. I've been sneezing. All right. And then this moon card is like wanting to come out of the dark, wanting to see the truth, wanting to understand. This King of Swords, the sword's in the ground. He's not holding on to the truth. The truth is being brought to him. See how this bird's it looked like it just like came in and landed. It came to give him the truth. Alright, so there could be some kind of guide or some kind of messenger or something. It could even be this reading, um, that's trying to help you understand what was so, why you were so confused. We're gonna pull clarifiers on these too, so don't worry. And then we've got the Five of Cups, and under the surface of this Five of Cups, like he's feeling this way because the Knight of Cups. It's almost like I thought this was going to be my wish fulfillment. I thought, like, I just keep hearing, I thought we were going to feast together. Feast together. But not necessarily feast on food. Like, it's like consuming each other and each other's feelings. It's like you thought you were going to be, like, so intertwined with someone. And, uh, see how the pitcher's down here, this pitcher to fill the cups? It's like being too focused on what could be that you didn't even realize that these cups weren't even getting filled. It's like the idea, it was more of an idea of a wish fulfillment than actually something that was tangible and obtainable. Again, this sounds very Pisces, because it's like, the sign of Pisces is like two fish swimming, they're swimming in opposite directions. Um, it's like it's the sign is like elusive. It's but it's also dreamy and fantasy. But sometimes we get caught up in those dreams and those fantasies, and it's like I know for me, I've got Mercury and Jupiter in Pisces, and Mercury rules my chart. I have a Gemini ascendant, so it's like my chart ruler is in Pisces. Mercury, the way I communicate, like how I think. Um, um, and then Jupiter is like the higher mind. It's like the teacher. Mercury's like the student and Jupiter's like the teacher. I have both of those planets in Pisces. So I like it's like I swim in this energy too, guys. You know? I get caught up in my head, in my imagination, my fantasies, my desires, and oh, sometimes it's hard to really put that boundary between what is fantasy and what is reality. Um, and it's like our fantasies are obtainable. We just have to not get too caught up in them so that way we can manifest it properly. All right, we're going to pull clarifiers. All right, what's this King of Cups and the Hangman? Ooh, Three of Swords. Nine of Cups. Yeah, heartbroken over not getting this wish fulfillment. Just what's the point of all these feelings? To get them hurt? Sometimes, yeah. Because you know what? Sometimes we learn something that we would not ever learn without getting our feelings hurt, without being heartbroken. Heartbreak teaches us teaches us some really harsh but important fucking lessons. And it leads us to a solid new beginning, a beginning that we would have never had the opportunity to even grasp in any way had we not gone through the heartbreak and the disappointment so we can learn something from it. Why were you so caught up in this fantasy? What was this fantasy doing for you? What in your life is lacking that this fantasy that didn't come to fruition? It just, why does it hurt so bad? Why does it hurt so bad? I know for me, I had to do a lot of inner child work. A lot of inner child work, tapping into my child wounds. Not just like my teenage years, like my child wounds, like right down to fucking infancy. You know? That shit carries on with us. You know, and if you don't remember stuff from your childhood, like, ask your parents, ask people that were around, like, hey, how was I as a child? Like, what experiences did I go through? Like, you know, like ask people, you know, especially if there's people in your family that was around then that you can trust. Like, hey, can you, you know, maybe you got some insight. Like, you know, I act this way. Like, is there like something that maybe I've experienced that you remember that would lead me to be like this as an adult? You know, you never know. Your parents or grandparents or whatever might tell you some just like, it might be like a random story. Like, oh, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but this happened. And you might be like, holy shit, that is a big deal. It's not as small as you think, Grandma. All that shuffling I did. All that shuffling I did. And we got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. Oh, yeah, the Lovers. Three of Wands. Okay. All right, so this, you felt like there was this missed opportunity here. But there wasn't. Like I said, there's something to be learned from this that leads to something more solid than what you thought this could have been. Something even better. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, this would have been perfect. No. Use your imagination. You know, that fantasy that you're so good at conjuring up. Things can things can always be better. Just like things can always be fucking worse, things can always be better. But pay attention to what it is that you're feeling and believing inside, because that's what you're going to attract to yourself. If you believe, what's the point of having these feelings? Oh, this didn't work, so nothing's ever going to work. Well, then you're just going to attract things that don't fucking work. But if you're like, you know what, this really hurt me and I learned something from it, and I learned that I was attracted to this person because it reminded me of this from my childhood, and it fulfilled something that I felt I was missing from back then. Um, and then when you learn that, then you can be like, okay, so it wasn't a waste having these feelings. These feelings are good to have. I just channeled it in the wrong direction, and that's okay. You know, I'm open to something new and something more aligned with me to come in. And if you're in that type of energy and that kind of attitude, oh man, then you're gonna have all kinds of opportunities. There's gonna be all kinds of it's like this is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in, looking at the new horizons, the new possibilities, and that's with the Lovers. So it's like once you come out of the shadow and understand what this real truth is, you're gonna attract in. You're just you're gonna be able just to like just stand there and just look out like options, opportunities, mm, lots of chances, lots of chances for love. And if not, at least I can learn something again. Something that I'll pay attention to the lesson and it'll shift my frequency even higher than this. And every time I raise my frequency more and more, I attract in someone better and better and better every time. Mm, I like that, Pisces. You know, we just gotta not get caught up in our feels, caught up in our. It's like Scorpio as a water sign is like the depths, and Pisces is like the depths too. But it's kind of like you don't know which direction you're going in the depths. Like I feel like Scorpio is just like straight down into the depths until you can't go anymore. But like Pisces is kind of like, yeah, you can go down as far down as Scorpio in the depths, but you're gonna be going in all different directions. You know, like exploring the entire ocean instead of just going straight down. Like, all right, I just noticed the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. I wasn't done shuffling yet, but I noticed the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom, and I feel like what you're lacking is that nurturing feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter. You're lacking the nurturing feminine energy. All right, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, and the Chariot. And the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so it's like feeling down in the dumps about, you know, your cup's not getting fucking filled like you wanted them to. But you can move forward. You can charge forward. But before you do, there needs to be a plan in place. Not just any plan. It's not just planning about moving forward. It's part of the plan is looking at that shit of as to why you were attracted to this situation. How did you draw this situation into your life where it ended up leaving you feeling like this? When was the first time you felt like that in life? Or if you don't remember right away, all right, think about how you're feeling about this situation. When was the last time you felt like that? And then the time before that, and then the time before that, and then the time before that, and then trickle it all the way back and to as far as you possibly can to as young as you were when you first felt that feeling. That can help you learn something. I've done this with a lot of things in my life. I'm like, when did I feel that for the first time in my life? And then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I felt that young. You know, it takes time. You have to go through your whole timeline. You have to go back. You have to, it's like scrolling through Facebook. You have to scroll through your timeline to find that memory. Yeah, it's like wanting a fresh start, wanting to be inspired wanting to feel that spark. But it can come. It can happen. This wheel can turn in the right direction for you. But you have to move forward. But you also have to understand where it was that you have been to know where it is that you're going to go. Or else all you're going to know is ending up back in this Five of Cups shitty ass energy. And you don't want that, Pisces. Fuck that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. I'm going to end it here. I kept trying to do these readings 10 minutes, and all of them are like 20 minutes long. I think there's like two that were around 10 minutes. All right, Pisces, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Share, comment. Yeah, comment down below. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how this resonates with you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like some people might not like this reading. They're gonna be like, you told me I was sad and that I created illusions. And it's like, I create illusions too. I'm not putting you down. I'm not putting you down. I've created all kinds of illusions, delusions in my head, over things that I wanted and desired. So trust me, I've been there. I've been there. It's okay. You gotta be humble. You gotta be okay with humility. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself and be like, wow, that was kind of silly of me, but I understand how I got myself there. All right, Pisces. Good luck. Bye, guys.